Good evening, everyone. I'm Rachel Davis.
And I'm Jason Fechner. Thank you so much for joining us for complete live team coverage on today's races and tonight's results right here for the Illinois primaries. And we begin in the race for state senate. As you see there, Mike Jacobs in the lead, 54% of the vote to Mike Boland's 46%, with 91% of the precincts in right now. In the race for Democratic Rock Island County State's Attorney, as you see there, John McGahey, 52%, Tom Skorpa down at 35%, and Jack Schwartz in third right now with 12% of the vote.
Moving on to the 17th Congressional District with 89% recorded precincts reporting tonight. Cheri Bustos with 59% of the vote. Meanwhile, George Gallrap has 22% and Greg Aguilar coming in with 21% of the vote. And of course, for the presidential primary, with 86% of precincts reporting tonight, Mitt Romney declared the projected winner with 47% of the vote to Rick Santorum's 35%.
Tonight's live team coverage will take you all around the Quad Cities for more on all of those races. But we begin in East Moline, where Cheri Bustos on her way to winning the Democratic primary in the 17th congressional race.
News 8's Jonathan Katz joins us now live from the Cheri Bustos campaign with the very latest on her status there. Jonathan?
Jason and Rachel, good evening. Well, the status is that this race has just been called off. In fact, that Cheri Bustos now is the Democratic nominee for the 17th Congressional District here in the state of Illinois. And with us now is the lady herself, Cheri Bustos, who actually, folks, just made her acceptance speech. But we got a little bit of time to chat with her here. Cheri, first of all, congratulations. But earlier on, we kind of talked about what did it mean earlier on to kind of get some support from people like Dick Durbin and Phil Hayes, some of the bigger names here in the state of Illinois, politically at least.
Oh, I was honored to receive their support. I think more importantly, I'm humbled and honored to receive the votes of the majority of the people in this district, and to have the confidence that hopefully I will earn their confidence now going forward.
But that is the latest from here. Of course, we'll have a full recap on this story coming up for you here in about 20 minutes. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thank you, Jonathan. And in a statement from the Schilling campaign tonight, they say that they are looking forward to an exciting race come November. From that congressional race to a very contentious one for Illinois State Senate, as Democratic State Senator Mike Jacobs and challenger Mike Boland have waged a heated campaign against each other for months now. News 8's Kurt Liskey joining us live from East Moline with the latest on that state Senate race tonight. Good evening, Kurt.
Good evening, guys. We are live here in East Moline with the family of Mike Jacobs. And we can tell you the latest numbers we've got, with 98% of precincts reporting Mike Jacobs reporting 70,158 votes to Mike Boland's 6,189 votes. That's with 98% of precincts reporting. We also have just learned that Mike Boland has conceded this race to Mike Jacobs. Mike, first off, congratulations. Another race that throughout the course of it has been very close. Obviously, we do have a final now tonight. First off, your thoughts going forward?
Well, 55-45 victory is a huge primary victory. I'm very gratified. I want to thank Representative Boland for his 30 years of public service. He's been a good public servant. I look forward to working with him to make sure that we hold this ticket up and win big in the fall for the Democrats. But I really think in the end that this is a victory for women and children in this district. I think voters wanted someone who would protect them, and I think they know that I'm that person.
Thanks so much, Kurt, for that report there. It's the seat that opened after a scandal, and tonight John McGahey beat out Tom Skorpa and Jack Schwartz for the chance to run for the state's attorney office in Rock Island County. It was the race that was never supposed to happen, but did after Jeff Taranas resigned in disgrace. News 8's Denise Hanitka has been covering this race all evening and joins us now from Governors in Moline. Denise.
Hi, Rachel. John McGahey is here with me tonight. You said it's been a long night, but obviously a great outcome. Congratulations.
Oh, yes, it has been a long night. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You have a lot of family and friends inside, and you've given a lot of credit to them for getting you this far.
That's correct. It's amazing how much support I have had from my friends and family. This is a group effort to get elected state's attorney, and they have been just wonderful. I just can't say enough good things about them.
In the campaign, a lot was made about Phil Hayes, your campaign manager, and his connection to Jeff Taranas. That obviously didn't resonate with voters, though. What's your take on that?
Well, this was a race about the next state's attorney. This was not about Phil Hayes or anything involving the congressman. This was about me and my message of integrity and honesty, and I think that's what the voters wanted to hear.
For now, we're live in Moline. Denise Bennett, WQAD HD News 8.
All right, thank you, Denise. We'll hear from you guys later. And while we have kept our eyes on those local races, the nation, of course, focused on Illinois' Republican presidential primary. Mitt Romney tonight, the projected winner. With 54 delegates at stake, Mitt Romney's camp gained more distance in that delegate count between him and Rick Santorum. Newt Gingrich and Ron Paul following well behind Santorum this evening in Illinois. Romney has vastly outspent everyone in Illinois at a 7-to-1 advantage over Santorum alone. Tonight, he seems sure that he will be the one to take on President Barack Obama come November.
So tonight was a primary, but November is the general election. And we're going to face a defining decision as a people. Our choice will not be about party or even personality. This election will be about principle. Our economic freedom will be on the ballot.
Romney at 47%, Santorum at 35%. Santorum, who came in second, says he called Romney to congratulate him tonight after that win.
To Mercer County now, where voters approved the sale of the county hospital and nursing home to a Quad City company. Genesis Health System offered to buy the facilities for $1.75 million. They promised to invest more than $15 million for those renovations, saying they'll make money by streamlining operations and increasing fees. With 75% of precincts reporting, 67% approve of that sale, while 33% said no. The board will have to approve the sale, though, before it can be finalized. It was a little rocky for some area voters this morning. It turns out the ballots were too big to fit into the scanning machines at 5 different polling locations. The snafu impacted a couple of precincts in 24 different counties, including Rock Island, Knox, Warren, Lee, and Bureau. Election judges in Rock Island say tonight they had to hand count some of those votes due to the scanning issue. Well, a beautiful day out to go out and hit the polls on this first day of spring.
Storm teammates Terry Swales could pretty much run for any office right now and would win election in a walkout there. He joins us with more on a check of the forecast this evening. Good evening, Terry.
Hey guys, it was another big day of weather around the upper Midwest. We reached 82 degrees for our high here in the Quad Cities, and that is the 7th consecutive day with a record high temperature, and the superlatives are just continuing to come in around the region here. This weather is going to be interrupted here later on this week by this storm system, which is already bringing some rain to central Iowa. That will slowly creep towards us, but it still looks like it's at least 24 hours away. So I think tomorrow should be another pretty good day around here. A few more clouds, but temperatures will still be close to that 80-degree mark.
Thank you, Terry. We'll see you later in tonight's show. 3 people recovering right now after witnesses say a car ran a red light in Davenport this afternoon and slammed into a truck. It happened at the intersection of Lombard and Harrison. The truck's bed was loaded with construction equipment, and some of that gear flew off and hit 2 pedestrians. Paramedics took them and the driver of that car to Genesis East. There is no word tonight on their conditions. Well, just ahead, still, our team coverage of Illinois' primary night rolls on with live updates on tonight's major races.
And as we head to the break, here's a look at the very latest numbers.
You are watching HD News 8 at 10 with Jason Fechner and Rachel Davis.